Welcome back to Better Than Fiction with Jeanette and Eden. It's 2024.
It's hard to think we're getting ready to pick the stuff to read in 2024.
Yeah. Well, 2023 as we're recording this, 2024 when it's on. But
that is true. We are starting to pick the first round of books
for 2024.
Yeah.
She's in the future.
Very far future.
Yeah. So I wanted to go over our challenges one more time since it's the new year. We have our classic number pull. And then our reading challenge is travel around the world. You can do this one or two ways. I think that we are both doing it the way that we are reading a book written in these regions. You can do ones that are set in the regions as well. However you want to challenge yourself this year, it's totally fine with us. And then we have our tracking log, 24 books of 2024. And then our book prompt tracker, which we're both really excited about this year for, instead of scratch marks. So
yes we are. Yeah. We actually did a very nice job. But before we get started on our 24 picks, we want to finish up the year here in December. I had a really slow read in December, meaning I just could not focus to read. I had almost 2 weeks of not feeling well and on pain meds, so that did not lean toward getting any reading done. Wasn't until we had some days off from work that all of a sudden I read multiple books. Yeah. And two of my most notable I have with me today, and they are available in the library. One of them is The Great Quiet. This is a not a big five publisher. Nice. So it's a small publishing house. Got great reviews on Kirkus Reviews, which is one of our biggest review magazines that we follow when we look at materials. This takes a look at the Polynesian Islands and the nuclear testing that was done and the ramifications on the indigenous people in that region, and how still today they're fighting France for reparations and for, of course, the high count of cancer, that early deaths of family members, even those in utero, well after the testing was done, just that the cleanup didn't happen. Wow. So this is a contemporary novel, but looking at all of those themes and time periods. So wonderful, wonderful book. The other one is a brand new book that we just got in. I love being the first person to check out books. I just can't help it. I think that's the perk of my job. This was not what I was expecting. This is a novel that takes place kind of in the Appalachians, so you're kind of looking at, hill people, poverty. While it's a story of a place, this was truly a book of characterizations that flowed like a novel. Really good, really cool. I just can't explain it other than you just need to read it. It flows really cool. It's just a different writing style that only a handful of books do well, and this one did really well. And this one hits the shelf, of course, as soon as we're done recording today. Yeah.
What did I read? I did not end up liking my number pull. I can't even remember what it was called. Sun Goddess or something, I think. Just wasn't the timing for me. My Forest book, which was our book prompt, blew me away. I read The Wolf and the Woodsman by Ava Reed. It is a standalone fantasy that really puts you in the world. The big theme in that one is religious struggles between three top religions. Of course, they fantasize them, so they're not it's noticeable that it's Christianity, Judaism, and they actually do paganism. Pagan. So yeah, fantastic, really cool, immersive world with really snarky characters, which I liked as well. And then, that was my reading for the month. I did a lot of audiobooks because I procrastinated my Christmas gifts. And so I embroidered stuff for friends and family, and I procrastinated. So I did a lot of book club preemptive reading in audio. So that was most of my stuff this month.
Well, I did read my number prompt.
Yeah, what was that?
Which was The Professor and the Housekeeper.
Oh.
It is a Japanese novel, of course, translated into English. Really short, stunningly beautiful, well-written novel of a woman who of course, is a housekeeper brought in to take care of an elderly gentleman who was a math professor. He had a car accident, could only remember 84 minutes at a time.
Wow.
And then you have to start all over. And for a short book, and I just can't say enough that if you don't read Japanese writing, go give it a go.
Do it.
What they do is pack so much into very short novels.
Yes.
And you just sit back going, wow, I can't believe we got all of this in a book that's
190 pages.
190, yeah, exactly. And that's about how what this book was. And just a beautiful, beautiful book. The math was interesting because I'm not necessarily a math person, but he was explaining it to his housekeeper, and because it was just beautifully written. So I did finish some of those prompts that we had last month.
Yeah.
I did get those read.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, boom! I just read when I had a moment after not. I don't think I read a book for 3 weeks straight.
Been there.
Other than so.
And then currently, I am reading The Gentleman's Gambit by Evie Dunmore. If you have not picked, if you like romance, if you like historical romance, and if you have not picked up the League of Extraordinary Women novels, give them a shot. They are so fun, beautifully researched as well.
I was gonna say they really talk about women's rights movements and the fight women had at that in that time period to be able to even think for herself.
Yeah.
So it's more than just romance.
Absolutely.
By far.
But it's classified as a historical romance. Much more than that. Fantastic little series of following these women. Do believe this is the last one.
It is, I believe.
Unfortunately. So tier, I'll have to find a new feminist historical novels to try out. But these are so good. Yeah.
Yes, she's a fun writer.
Yeah.
Absolutely a fun writer.
Well, should we do it? Should we pull our first numbers?
Absolutely.
Okay. So
Here we go.
our TBR number.
I'm excited for my list. Is number 7.
7. Sweet. This
All
one
right.
was recommended to me by one of my best friends. I'll be reading 7 Days in June by Tia Williams.
And I'll be reading The Good, I think it's Life Undone by Trigiani.
Trigiani, all right. And then our book prompt is read a biography. I'm not sure if I have one on my list of stuff, but I'll find something to read. Read a biography or memoir. Will that
Or
count?
memoir, yeah, absolutely, because we classify them the same.
Yeah.
Well, that is a letdown for me, actually.
Womp.
I know how many cool book prompts are in there, and not that I know I have some biographies on my list, though, so.
Yeah. Sweet. Well, that wraps up this video. We look forward to seeing how many of you tag along with us on this reading journey. And yeah, number 7 and a biography for this month.
We're excited, so we have a lot of new books in, so if you are in the minority and don't have a long TBR list, or maybe you don't create one, or maybe you start one this year, check out all the new stuff that we have hitting the shelves.
Absolutely. Happy reading.
Happy reading.